Seriously? What's up, everybody? All right, cool. Cool. All right, so I got both my targets hit. Let me lock up. Let me lock it up before I do something foolish here. I look at my P&L and say, hey, I don't have enough money. And lock that shit up. Actually, let me just hide this. Hide my P&L and stuff like that from myself so I don't do something foolish, you know? Just focus on the process. All right, so I just locked up my funded account. I wish I took this on my Top Step funded account, but I bought another eval last night. Going to focus purely on Top Step. I think honestly, I might moving forward. I might only just buy Top Step accounts because of the risk settings. It just helps me follow my rules. I mean, shit, silver. Yeah, y'all guys saw it last night. I was dwelling on that shit all last night, man. That shit literally stopped me out in my target. I was dwelling on that shit, man. And then I buy another account, and then it did the same thing. Like I was like, fuck, like, damn, silver, what the hell? But all right, we'll get into the funded account now. Okay, I was about to say, I know I locked this damn thing only until like 8 o'clock or something like that. All right, we'll see what happens here. We did see a bullish move. I guess it really depends on how you want to perceive what happened. If you go to our NinjaTrader chart, yeah, so I mean, I was able to get 3K last night just revenge trading because I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? But I spent $400, $500 to make that 3,000. So I mean, I spent $400 last night on evals, and I was like, damn, 12, 11 days into the year, and I'm already tilt buying accounts. Tilt buying accounts. So it really, like I said, it really depends on how you want to see this, man. We did have a break right here. I mean, maybe we see a rejection, but honestly, because this low hasn't been taken out, I don't even care to take any shorts, man. I'm not even taking shorts until this low gets taken out. Like for a pullback trade or something like that. It's gonna be too bullish for a short, but we did see a break of structure right here. We did see the break of structure, so man, that's tough. That's tough. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either, Alfred. I would not do that either. Got one eval right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just try to bring these damn things back. Yeah. Smith just told me that he got caught up in that chop. Is your account good, bro? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If he texts me like that, either his account is hanging on by a thread right now or it's gone. Man, it's if you're coming from the indices, it's really hard. It is challenging to shift your mindset from indices to metals. The biggest thing that you have to overcome is telling yourself that you're going to try to trade London and New York when those are not the best times for trading metals. That is not the best time. The absolute best time to trade metals is Asia. Specifically, the Asia Open at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern. And when we move forward, it'll be 8 o'clock Central and 9 o'clock Eastern. So it's just the Asia China Open, Shanghai, that open. Or yeah, is it Shanghai Open or Tokyo? It's one of those. It's one of those Asian Opens. I think it's Shanghai though. But that's specifically the time frame that you want to focus on, and that's so hard if you're coming from indices. She did that last night too. So Shanghai, okay, yeah, it's Shanghai Open. That's specifically the time frame that you want to focus on, and that's difficult for indice traders, man, because we all know that if you're trading the Nasdaq ES, if you're trading those hours, you're gambling, because the indices use Asia to set the market up for London and New York. London is probably the best time to trade the indices, or at least at one point in time it was. And if you traded New York, you were considered a late buyer or seller because everything happened during the London session. So actually, I do have a practice account. So I mean, let's practice this. Like I said, oh shit, almost fucked up. Almost did it on my. Anyway. All right. I mean, I wouldn't. Let's see, man. 85, 240. I wouldn't do this, man. But okay. Yeah, okay. Let me see. I'm already getting ran. Okay. It's probably a lot of people are selling that anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't sell this. Damn, I caught the fucking bottom, dude. And that's what I hate, man. I hate this so much, man. I hate it. Freaking hate it, man. We caught the bottom of this move and only took 118 ticks. 118 ticks, man. Caught the bottom of this damn move. Up 300 ticks from my entry, man. 300 ticks from my entry. 320 ticks to be exact. Pushing forward. If I had, damn it, man, I would be up 7K in this move if I held on one mini contract. But I'm grateful I made money today. So I guess I should say that. I'm grateful I made money. But, man. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah. Tell me why the YouTube algorithm, man. I don't know, man. I feel like high 420. I mean, there's more to that algorithm, man. I was pissed off last night, super pissed. And you know what kind of? And actually, I wasn't even logged in. That's what's crazy. I wasn't logged in, but I'm pretty sure. You know, maybe you are, maybe you're not. For whatever reason, YouTube kept recommending me to listen to King Von. I don't know, like, dude, I just felt that was just so weird. I was like, why does this thing want me to listen to drill music right now? Yeah, but I was heated though, man. I was pissed. But it's interesting that YouTube knew I was pissed and tried to make me listen to drill music to go out here and spin the block on this market. You said NQ is still pumping, recovered to. I mean, shit. At this point, man, I don't even trust bears, dude. I don't even want to take shorts. I just hate the fact that I have to sometimes because it would just be foolish not to do it. I just hate that. Okay. All right, so it did kind of reject from that area, but if I took it, I would have got stopped out. If I took it, I would have gotten stopped out. Taking the 50 of that range, that breaker structure right there, I would have got stopped out. Yeah, it would have stopped me out. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it doesn't make me nervous either, though. But you know, like I said, silver's pretty simple to trade. You just have to trust it. You just have to trust it, and you have to trust the process. You can't chase her. You have to, like, dude. Last night, a lot of what happened last night, I was like, dude, why is it happening? Because I had a situation where it stopped me out of one of my contracts, and I don't even know how it stopped me out of one of my contracts. I really don't. And then it goes and proceeds to hit my target with one contract, and I didn't even realize that my other contract got stopped out. I didn't even. Dude, I was just frustrated. It just seemed like nothing wanted to work last night. Absolutely nothing. Mm. Actually, let me do this to this account too, so I can just focus on the process and not the profits, because that's what's been getting in my way a lot too. Come on, Bulls, you can push past this. I guess it is. Hate that type of shit, man. Okay. Yeah, sober's been doing that to me all night. I don't know why. And that's why I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. Whatever. Whatever. Whatever, man. So I was in at 660. Decides to drop enough to stop me out. And goes up to continues higher. All right, man. mean, I'll figure it out, man. But man, in the meantime, that shit is just so that is just frustrating. Okay. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. You have the value area, I think high right here. Actually, let me look at this real quick. Yeah, that's the value area high. Yeah, the value area high right there. It looks like the bears are trying to come in and try to sell that. And obviously my target has to be above areas where they can just come in. But we'll see. All right. You got to push past that value area high, so that's good. It'll be nice if it, okay. See, there's always the trades that you're in, right, where the market just likes to struggle. Nice. Nice. The good old tick. Missed by a tick here. All right, man. And yeah, that's what silver's been doing all night. Like, I don't know why, man. I don't know why I'm experiencing this on silver, because this is not even a big target. So for it to just miss it like that is kind of crazy. For it to just miss this target is crazy. It's not even a big target. Damn, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's crazy that it did that, though. I mean, that's absolutely crazy, man. Missed me by like literally a tick. All right. That's the internal dilemma that I'm going through right now, guys. It's the eternal dilemma right there. That is the internal dilemma that I'm going through. Because I mean, I'm trading Top Step so I can make as much money as I want. But yeah. And there goes the 90 tick target right there. I'm not gonna lie, that's frustrating, man. So 660 was my entry. And there would have been my 90 tick target right there. It just seems like, I mean, so I've made money in all my funded accounts and Top Step eval except for the 150K account. I just hate the fact that the first time I took this entry, the market decided just to crash through it, and then it pulls back and uses it as support, and then hits it the second time. That's definitely frustrating. Silver is frustrating. But it's like I'm always in a constant dilemma. It's like, well, should I just wait for the bigger move? Or should I just take consistent base hits every day? If I take the consistent base hits every day, well, I'm gonna make the money that I need. I can only pull $5,000 from the account at a time every 5 days. So if I just make enough money to do that, then that makes sense, right? But it's not fulfilling. At least not for me. It's not fulfilling because I just kind of hate seeing you getting out at a base hit and then the market is, going higher. Like this is another trade where, it's another big move higher, and I'm not taking advantage of it. Actually, we may see a rejection here. Let's see. We actually may see a rejection here. Okay, there's the rejection. There it is. We may see a rejection. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I doubt it. Well, I'm not saying a reversal. We may see a rejection. Okay, we'll see. I mean, so far we are getting it. No, I didn't blow it. No. I still got $6,000 to draw down on that account. It's just that I had a payout already locked in. All I had to do was make the $150 base hits, but I decided to risk my my whole entire payout. Don't know why I did it. I was thinking about that all weekend, like what possessed me to do something so stupid. But I just have to start over again. I just gotta do the like for the next 4 days or how many days I got. If I just take base hits, then I can take a payout. But I'm good in that account. I'm only risking about $400 a day, $450 per day per trade, taking one trade per day. Going back to that, and I'm just gonna take a trade out of 50. Yes, that's about it. It ran through this one. And then it comes back and taps it perfectly and jumps. So, and then usually it doesn't even go that far. That's why I was like, man, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy that it did that. It usually doesn't go that far past that level. It usually goes about like maybe 27, maybe less than like 25, 20 ticks, and then push back up. But for whatever reason, it decided to go deeper into this area right here and then push back up. It's just one of those things where it feels like the market is doing things because I'm already frustrated. I'm already from last night and last week. It just seems like silver is just constantly adapting. The one thing that's been consistent is trading order blocks. I mean, if you trade an order block on silver, you're golden. But if you kind of trade outside of that, it's kind of iffy. Last night, silver did something so nasty to me. I was in long right here. Looking for price to take out that high, man, price gets right there, stops me out, and then does it. I was like, no way. I don't know where this wick came or why it needed to come, but that thing wicked me out and then went in my direction. I was like, man, okay. All right, silver. All right. All right. You just don't want me to figure you out. You're always trying to change it up, but you can only do so much. Only do so much. So looks like if he took that trade, I mean, shit, that's the decent trade so far. If I would have originally taken this trade, this was the trade I was looking at. But you can see the first time, just like how it ran through this 50, it ran through that one too. And then I guess trading that retest was the move, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna try my best not to blow accounts this year. Try my best not to blow too many accounts. But one of the things that I'm going to work on this year is and I guess because I said it, I'm dealing with it a lot more. Those uncomfortable emotions. I was talking to Cave Trader about that. Embracing those uncomfortable emotions. Last night I didn't do too well. I'll try to learn from it, but like I said, I spent like $500 last night. Tilt trading, tilt account buying. I felt obviously cheated, but then at the same time, you know, I wanted to get at least one of these accounts to gold, at least one. I'm starting to having to deal with being impatient. Like, impatience is, I don't know why impatience is now something that something I have to overcome now, because I feel like I'm a very patient person in terms of the way that I trade. I mean, I have to wait for a pullback. I have to patiently wait for that. But now, you know, I'm switching from using buy limits to buy stops, which is buy stops is a very aggressive way to enter the market. And I find myself entering in more buy stops than buy limits. Yeah, K-Trade, I definitely agree with that. But the crazy thing is, buy stops don't even work on silver. Like, well, I guess they do. I guess the way that I have it set up on NinjaTrader, I've already shared this with you guys. If the spreads are too wide, then I have it in my settings somewhere that if it's too wide, not even to execute the transaction. And all my about 70 to 80% of my buy stop orders gets jumped, because as it's going higher, the spreads gets wider, I guess. And it doesn't fill it most of the time. And then by the time it does get filled, you know, the market is retracing or something like that. So, and this bearish structure is not, you can't really trust it. You can't trust this bearish structure at all. Wow. You haven't bought an eval this year? So I'm gonna go through these Lucid accounts. I'm gonna get them where I need to get them at. This year, moving forward, I want to not tilt account buying or buying accounts on tilt buying. I guess an easy way to say that. I don't want to engage in tilt buying. I don't. But man, that's a very uncomfortable emotion. It's so uncomfortable. This is Sparta. This is Sparta. I will gladly fight 1,000 men if it means to protect my ego and my pride. I will gladly die on that. Die on my shield. Gladly. It's not even a second thought. But when I come into this market with that same mindset, it's like, man. 245. Again? Oh, that's true. $85, $720. $85, $720, $85, $555. Okay, let me see. All right, so this is another 50 trade right here. We'll see if it works. Yeah, me too, man. It used to with the what is it called? Project X, but not anymore. You probably had to get Trade Synchro. Yeah, Top Step knew what it was doing because I guess the only reason why I'm considering what is it called? Lucid is because they offer micro. It's the only other firm that offers micro silver that fits my trading style. My funded futures also does also, but the 80-20 split is, as I said before, if it's not a daily payout account, the 80-20 split is robbery, in my opinion. And I already know, I've already proven to myself that that 80-20 split is not great for my ego, my pride, or my personality. You wasn't with me back testing on this charts, so you shouldn't get 20%. You did give me the capital. I get that, but I mean, if every firm was doing 80-20 and that was the only option, then okay. I mean, that's fine. But I'm not going to give you 20% of my profits. You wasn't with me back. How should I say? You wasn't with me back testing on these charts. You wasn't with me. Well, my ego makes up a part of me. And I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. My ego is my fire. It's what fuels me. It's what's moved me forward. It tells me to stop acting like a bitch and get the fuck up. And I was like, okay, you're right. Stop acting like a bitch and get the fuck up. If I let that go, I'll be passive. And that ain't me at all. That ain't me. So, I mean, like I said, it's a double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword. I just have to accept that. No, I have accepted it. It's a double-edged sword. In the market, there's no place for my ego because I have no control or influence on it, but it's hard to create that separate. Well, it's been a challenge to create that separation. It really has been. It's been a challenge to create that separation between my ego and the markets because regardless, there are truths that I can't ignore. There's other people making a lot of money in this market. So if people are making money, then that means that it's possible for me to make money. And that's the foundation of it all. It's possible. So if it's possible to make a lot of money, then I need to put in the work to create that possibility and to take advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves. Because it's possible. And if I'm if I'm on these charts every day and I'm not getting the results I want, then I shouldn't be fucking my bitch. I shouldn't be sleeping. I shouldn't be scrolling through social media. I shouldn't be doing anything that's pleasurable or anything because I'm supposed to be locked the fuck in and figure this damn thing out. One thing that I also know to be true is that the market is mostly computers make most of the decisions in the market. I know computers are majority of the trades in the market, so I know that computers are not complex. I know that they make simple decisions. Very simple. I got to understand how they make the decisions and try to take advantage of that. Or not try, take advantage of that. Silver, on the other hand, it loves that 50%. That's what's been very consistent across all of my trades with silver is that 9 times out of 10 is going to react at a 50% level. Gold, not so much. If you try to trade the 50 on gold over time, you might break even or even be in the negative. Gold does not respond to 50s consistently. Gold will respond more to measured moves, but it likes that 618 more than anything. It likes that 618 extension or pullback. So instead of the 50, if you do like a 61.8 on gold, you're pretty golden. And then if it's not the 618, it likes that what is it called? 88%. And so The only reason why I knew that is because I have an ego that drives me to want to understand that. If I sit here and tell myself, oh man, the markets is so complicated, I can't figure it out. It's my ego that tells me to shut the fuck up and figure that shit out. And shit, with how volatile the market's been, I've just switched to 3 micros on silver. I don't even trade full. I don't even trade the minis anymore because it's like I said last night. It's like, dude, I don't know what the heck was going on last night. It was doing all kind of shit last night. Actually, I have to look at that. I gotta look at that again because maybe I may be misremembering it, the situation. But something told me to, because I originally had an 18-point stop, but something told me, I was like, dude, just put it at 27. Tell me why this thing comes back. Like it goes up 18 ticks, it goes down, and then for whatever reason, it pops back up 27 ticks and then rejects. And I was, or close to 27 ticks because I survived the position. And I was like, dude, why did it do that? Why? So silver has definitely been on some liquidity hunting type bullshit last night. Shit, that ain't gonna happen. Alright, so 360. Ah, shit. Well, I might not get this target hit because we might actually see a rejection. We may see a rejection at 630. We may see a rejection at 630. Yo, congratulations on that, Santiago. Where was your 50 at? And I'm gonna assume that you're trading silver unless you're trading the Nasdaq. Unless you're trading the Nasdaq. But I'm always gonna assume that you're trading silver unless you specify that you're trading the Nasdaq. So you said that he got at the 50. Man, this is the range that I see right here. I see that range. Oh, ES? Okay. You say you let the profit stack? So investors, he says that these last couple of days that he's been giving back profits and hitting DLL. Yeah. He says he wants to get out of the daily P&L mindset. And let the profits stack because he's been holding these accounts for so long. Yeah. He's trading gold. Yeah. I mean, let's look at gold. Like I said, like with gold, it's you kind of want to pay attention to the measured moves. You want to pay attention to measured moves, and you want to pay attention. So with gold is very simple too. But it's kind of easy to make mistakes with gold if you allow your emotions to kind of if you allow your emotions to take the driver's seat. One thing that you want to make sure is you got to know exactly where you are on the charts with gold at all times. If the market is in a bullish, like if it's breaking structure to the left, you have to respect the bulls. You can take a quick scalp short, but you're going to be fighting a lot of bullish momentum as it goes down. I mean, this right here, I mean, this when it's shorts, it's just like a flash crash. And I think the reason why it does it like that is that the aggressive buyers are just finally selling out of their positions so they can fill their resting orders right here so they can kind of take it back up. I've gotten out of the habit of shorting against momentum. I now only short, actually, let me look at this. Hold on, I was about to say, what the hell? When was I in a position? This would have been nice if I was in my funded account. But yeah, we might see a rejection here at 6. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. But I mean, the market is still bullish, but I mean, well, like I said, it's hard to take these trades, man. But I have to take them because man, it's hard to take those trades, man. But when you're not in them, that's when they work. They only work when you're not in them. But I mean, you can see that. I mean, it was like a 50 right here. You see this little range, and then it broke structure down, and that's the retest. But I hate taking trades like this. I absolutely hate these types of trades, but I can't go long here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. But what else was I saying? Yeah, with gold, you have to pay attention to this. You have to pay attention to your lows. You have to pay attention to your highs. You have to pay attention to your breaks of structures. If price is breaking structure, this low right here, the low that broke prior structure is now your main focus. You want to pay attention to this low at all times. Honestly, you shouldn't even be taking a short unless price is breaking past this low and then it does like a two-legged pullback into resistance, and then this is the money trade short. But this requires a lot of patience. This move right here can take about 5 hours to set up. It can take about a minute to set up depending on how fast the market wants to move. But you just have to wait for that setup. That's what I kind of do in my funded accounts. I'm super patient in my funded accounts with gold. Super patient. I'm not scalping. I'm setting my limit at an order block. If it hits, it hits. If it don't, it don't. But I'm always readjusting to the nearest order block to price, giving myself the best opportunity. Now, sometimes the market likes to just go higher and higher, and then it just likes to just crash through the order block, and it hurts my feelings because as the market is climbing up, I could have found my way in it somehow. But I mean, if I make a habit of doing that, then I'll probably get more losers than winners. So anyway, yeah, so this is the low that takes out structure. So this is the new major swing. If this low takes out this prior structure and starts trading, then this is the new major swing. So you just have to just pay attention to that, the market structure with gold. That's why initially when I came to gold from NQ, this is why I really enjoyed trading gold. And I still enjoy trading gold. But it just feels like the ES now compared to silver, because silver does the same thing. I don't necessarily need a big move to make a lot of money. Like I made, so to make $720 on gold, if I'm trading the mini, I need 720 ticks, obviously. If I'm trading the micro, depending on how much so to make 720, if I want to make 720 and 90 ticks, shit, I think I need like what? I think I'd have to trade 8 contracts. Have to trade 8 contracts. I might as well just trade a mini. Might as well. To get $720 on gold. But with silver, I can risk $270 per trade to make $720 or actually in less than 90 ticks. All I need is 72 ticks. So with gold, if I'm looking for 72 ticks, like I said, I have to trade a full mini. A full 1 mini on gold with 72 ticks. So, but then I have to risk at least $450 to make that. At least $450. I feel comfortable trading with a 45. Actually, I used to. And I used to have a 36. Actually, no. I used to have an 18 tick stop on gold when it was slow. And that was enough. Then it went up to 27. Then it went up to 36. Then it went up to 45. Then it's now up to 54 ticks. And I mean, my risk to reward is kind of skewed to the market's favor, but I don't want to be in a situation where it just ticks me out and goes my direction. So I've just opted to just trade 54 ticks. I lose, I think on 5 contracts, $270 on 5 contracts. And I guess I can make $500. Well, if I trade 90 ticks, it's only $450. But to kind of offset the skew, I did increase it to like 99 ticks, I think. Yeah, it's like 99 ticks, which is basically 10 points. But yeah, I definitely agree with that, Investor Z. We got to understand what leads us to trading on tilt. All right, well, you see how the practice account is undefeated right now? You see how it's undefeated? I feel like I'm not taking any different trades, and I'm up $1,300 already in my funded account, or in my practice account. I feel like I'm not doing anything different, and that's what's frustrating. I'm not doing anything that I wouldn't normally do. All right, so let me just do this now. I'm just gonna set up my risk settings. So the first thing that I do, and these accounts, I have to hurry up and milk these accounts as much as possible. I have to milk these as much as possible. Shit, they don't have micro silver on, so I can't do that. Damn, I can't do that. So I have to trade silver on Tradeify. Man, they need to hurry up and come up with micro silver, man, and stop playing. All right, so I'm just gonna just only do this one contract. Okay. So I'm only gonna take one trade a day in this account. Only need 1350. And this is what's going to allow me to keep these accounts over the long haul. All right, so that's done. So all I got to do now is just come in and just lock the account before I even take the trade. Oh, my bad. Investors, I thought you said understanding. I'm looking at it now. So, man, the brain just, I swear the brain just plays just tricks on you and just shows you illusions. I thought what you were saying was that understanding what leads to your tilt moments. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely true. We definitely need to understand what leads to our tilt moments so we can kind of avoid those landmines. But you're saying under trading is leading to your tilt moments. So, Investor Z, this is what I do. Kind of like what I just said. That's why I don't scalp. That's why I just have one target, one stop, one position. Instead of trying to overtrade, I just wait patiently for my trade to work. I'm giving my trade the most opportunity to work as possible. As an example, if I want to take a trade here at the 200 EMA, right here, I'm gonna have my stop, I'm gonna have my target, and this is going to, once this target gets hit, I'm gonna have the amount of money that I need to satisfy my ego, my pride, and for it to be worth my time. But if it hits my stop with the X platform, I'll lock out. And another thing that I've implemented is having like maybe 1 to 3 accounts, maybe 5 accounts max. I don't want to get to 5 accounts. I have 3. I just want to take 3 trades per day. So in order to satisfy, like, man, that first trade didn't work, let me try it again, or let me try it in a different position in another account. So my first account is locked out, so it's protected from me going on tilt. Then I get into my second account, and either that trade wins or lose, kind of like what we saw today. I took a winning trade in one account, a losing trade in the other account, and a winning trade in another account. And now I'm in my practice account because I've already taken my 3 trades. I've given myself 3 opportunities to be profitable today. And if each one of them fails, I'm gonna have to accept that. But I mean, like I said, it's kind of hard to accept that for me. That's why I was tilt buying all last night. But that's the plan. That's the plan. And then if I lose all 3 trades, then, I'll just kind of review for the day, like, where did I go wrong? If the market was just being extra volatile today, or if it was whatever. I know that tomorrow is going to be a different day. And it's hard to be it's hard to be unprofitable multiple days in a row if you're sticking to a profitable plan. Like the way that I have my stop set up as well, is let's just say that I have $2,000 of drawdown, like this, like a Top Step account or whatever. If I want to trade in this account 5 days, and then the first thing I do is I take the 2,000. Actually, I mean, I guess I'll just show y'all guys my process of how I determine the amount of risk that I take in each account, what goals I want to achieve in that account, and the amount of risk that I have to accept, because none of it is going to ever be perfect, but I can get it as close to perfect as possible. And I guess you guys can kind of see what I kind of do behind the scenes. So let's just say that, I have $2,000 of, drawdown. The first thing I ask myself, how long do I want to stay in this account? If I want to stay in this account for 9 days, as an example, I can only lose $222 per trade if I take one trade a day. And then I take this number and I determine if this is valuable for the account. And I use this mostly with gold, but I guess I can use it with silver too. So with silver, actually I do use it with silver, but with the bigger accounts, but mostly I use it with gold. So since I stick with prop firms, because when on the days where daily payouts, I super gamble, and I blow accounts on daily payout accounts, so I don't even consider them anymore. I just do the 5 days. That's just easier for me. It's easier. Yeah. Anyway. So I have a 54 tick stop on gold. If I want to stay in the account 9 days, I have to be around that $222 per trade. I think that's like 5. I think that's 5. That's 5 is 270, and 4 is 216. So the next decision I make is, okay, so if I trade 4 contracts with 1 trade a day, I fall under that $222 mark. But if I want to make a little bit more money with 5 contracts, I go over it. So now I have a range, either 4 or 5 contracts. But now I have to think about where I want to exit out of the market. I want to get into a habit of getting a 90 tick base hit. I've always done that. That hasn't changed for whatever reason. Or I've always done that for whatever reason, and that's not going to change. So if I'm looking for 90 ticks on 4 contracts, that's only $360. And obviously on 5 contracts, that's $550. Now, obviously, I'm trading 5 days, and in 5 days, I have $2,200. And in 5 days with this, I only have 18. So when I make my decision, obviously, I need to find a balance between being able to get a payout, but also manage risk. So I'm not going to trade 4 contracts. I'm going to trade 5. That's a decision that I made because I want to be able to get a payout in 5 days. If I were to do with 6, I would have to trade an additional day if I trade with 4 contracts. And I still would have got a payout, but it's not as much as I did an extra day of work for less money. So I'm going to trade with 5 contracts, and I'm looking for 90 ticks. And once I get my 90 ticks, I'm going to lock out. So the next thing I do is say, well, I got $2,000 divided into 270. And so now I have an idea that I have at least 7 days in the account. Now, let's just say that I don't want to spend 7 days in the account for whatever reason, right? And I want to spend it in 5 days. Well, now I can make $400. I can lose $400 in 5 days and then I'll lose the account. But what that does is that allows me to take more risk. So 400 divided into 54, and I can trade about 7 contracts. And that's kind of what I've been doing already. I've been trading 7 contracts. So 7 times 54. See, I can $378 and 90 ticks. That's 630. Multiply that by 5. And, obviously, I'm eligible for a bigger payout of $1,000 more than if I was only trading with 5 contracts. But I'm trying to make more money, but then I have less opportunities to fix mistakes if that were to happen. So right now I just decided that, I'll just trade 5 contracts. It's the middle between 2 evils. It's the 50. Now that I'm talking about it, it's obvious that I'm picking options that's at least 50%, but maybe more skewed in my favor. Because the whole point of this game is for it to be skewed in your favor, or for the numbers to be skewed in your favor. So I understand that I could make $3,100 if I trade 7 contracts, but I'm just going to keep it at 5. And that gives me 7 days in the account at least. And that alleviates a lot of pressure, because if I have 3 accounts following these same rules, I have 3 tries, and it's highly unlikely that I lose in all 3 accounts if I'm following my strategy. I find myself losing when the market trends. When the market trends, that's when my ego gets in the way the most. That's when it gets in the way the most, because it's like there's a setup every day. Find it. There's a setup every day. Find that shit. So it forces me to move out of my original strategy to find another one. And it's been a challenge finding a trend strategy. It's definitely been a challenge because I'm not scalping. And I have to find an entry where I'm going with the trend, but at the same time, I have at least 90 ticks. And that's very challenging to find when the market is trending, because you don't know how far it's going to pull back and you don't know how far it's going to go. Oh, statistics. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true, Santiago. Definitely true. Like I said, I think I said that earlier. It's just the patience and the waiting part that makes it difficult. So, Investor Z, hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of, how to approach this if you weren't approaching this like that already. I like playing the numbers game, and I like having the numbers in my favor. But at the same time, I do self-sabotage when it becomes too easy. I don't know where that comes from. I really don't. I really don't know where it comes from. I don't know why I can't accept something when it's simple. I don't know. I don't understand why I'm more willing to embrace the markets when I try to overcomplicate it. I guess if I'm playing a game, I always start on hard mode. I don't even acknowledge easy mode and medium mode. I feel like that's a waste of my time. I always start the game on hard mode. I guess to show my abilities, that no matter what you throw at me, I'll overcome it. And that could be it. When I think about it, that's the answer that, internally I give myself. But I start. If you get into a nice routine, shit, by the end of you can make at least 10K a month. You can make 5K a month, 10K a month doing this. And I think that's something else too. It's we've gotten so used to struggling in the market, and I'm speaking from personal experience too. When we're learning, we get so used to losing, taking one step forward to take 10 steps back, and it becomes a habit. And once we hasn't, how do I want to say this? If you think to yourself, when you started finding consistency and success, what usually happens when you realize like, oh shit, I'm profitable. Man, I had like 3 green days. And then what happens usually after that, when you realize that shit, you blow up 9 times out of 10. And it's not necessarily you, or I guess it is you, because we're just so used to, we're comfortable with losing. Winning feels uncomfortable. And that's just one of the stupid things about being human. We try to seek comfort so much, even if it's a detriment to ourselves, we'll still do it because it's comfortable. We don't know how to act when, oh man, we're getting $10,000 payouts, $5,000 payouts every week. That's exactly right, Rug Kid. I came out running. It's like, oh my God, there he goes. He's running. It's like, fuck crawling, mama, I'm running. Nah, we don't need to start at the basics. But that's definitely a double-edged sword too. You don't start at the basics. I mean, it's just one of those things where you just have to really understand your ego and what it does and what it's there for. It doesn't want you to go back. It's hard for it to take a step back. Once it feels that it's learned or mastered something, it's hard to go back. But I've been watching a lot of the stuff that I have set forth for my daughter, like with reading, arithmetic, all that stuff, writing. And dude, I'm learning stuff like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Or let me rephrase that. It's like, oh yeah, I recall that. Like I don't use it anymore. I don't need the simple things anymore. But the simple things are the foundation of what I do every day. It's just I don't think about it. It's just something that I already know how to do. But it's like, oh shit. Like, yeah, I use that all the time without even thinking about that. It's just good going to the basics. So I find myself watching all that stuff with my daughter too. Yeah. Hey, Alfred, that's exactly. Yo, I was watching Sesame Street with my daughter too this morning. Exactly. He was saying it to be a joke, but that's exactly what I was watching with my daughter this morning. Yeah, well, they kind of did miss. They called it something, instead of calling it a tool, they called it a machine. But a more accurate statement would have been tool. Like they were calling like a bike a tool, a can opener a tool, an excavator a tool, or a machine, or they was calling it a machine. I mean, technically, an excavator is a machine, but at the end of the day, that machine is used as a tool. Us humans are very great with tools. We've been using tools for a very long time. That's what makes us more dominant than any other entity. Well, Any entity that we know of. Because, I mean, I guess there could be giants. I guess there could be vampires and werewolves and monsters and shit that we don't know about. But I'm pretty sure with we'll figure out a tool on how to, if we haven't already. Well, I guess we have, right? We use silver bullets for vampires and werewolves and shit, and harpoons for mermaids, and I guess rocks and slingshots for giants. So I guess, yeah, tools. Yeah. But yeah, they were calling it machines, and I just like had to tell my daughter, I was like, nah, these are tools. Don't call these machines. These are tools. You call them what they are, then you'll have the correct interpretation of them. Yeah, it definitely can be, Alfred. It definitely is. Definitely is. Like I will always say. I mean, a lot of people would say kill your ego. I don't agree with that. As I said earlier, I mean, I understand that my ego does get in the way. It will get in the way. It will. But you gotta think about it. I'm pretty sure your ego is the reason why you're still trading. Because if your ego was passive, you would have given up already. I'm pretty sure the worst feeling that you've had is on these charts. I don't think there is no worse feeling than having the market stop you out and go in your direction, losing money. And yet you survived. You came in. I mean, yeah, you was probably pissed. You probably lost a lot of money. Trading can definitely destroy a lot of people financially, for sure. But for those that find success in this game, it's just your ego that's telling you, man, get your ass back up. Get up. So you just have to just do this thing responsibly. Know your limits. Work with your ego and not against it. And accept what you have to accept. I've already shared with y'all guys what I'll accept. I'd rather just get stopped out. At least I tried, right? I tried. I'll come back tomorrow. I'll make my money back. But I guess the one thing that I don't want to ever do is tell myself that it's convince myself of something that's not happening. I have gotten out of the habit of trading against the trend. I have gotten out of that habit. And that was a very long internal conversation with myself. I still have a habit of trying or wanting to do it, but I usually stop myself from doing it. I mean, shit, when was the last time y'all guys really saw me trade against the trend? That was hard. That was definitely hard, especially coming from NASDAQ. That was definitely hard. Well, let me rephrase that. That was definitely a challenge to overcome. I'm not 100% there because I still find myself kind of shorting against the trend. I hate doing it, but is it an area where I just can't go long? And I hate it, but I have to do it. Because I don't want to feel regret. And I have a very challenging time dealing with regret. I'm a very ambitious person, so regret is a very painful, very uncomfortable feeling for me. It makes me question who the hell I am. And I don't like that at all. I don't like it. So I have to try. And I'm going to be very open about, because like I said, this year the focus is really getting over these uncomfortable emotions. It really is. That this is what is holding me back from being a 10K plus trader per month, is not willing to embrace these uncomfortable feelings. Yeah. Yeah, Alfred, and dude, that's why I was like, yeah, let me just stick to Top Step. I'm just going to stick to Top Step until other firms come out with risk settings. You know, I've reached out to a lot of, well, the firms that I've traded, you know, that they won't go behind the scenes and restrict you from certain things. I was like, yeah, we can't do that. It's like, well damn. I thought we were supposed to be a family. I thought you was in it to make us better traders. I'm showing you that I want to be a better trader by asking you to. I don't want to have the temptation of having this many contracts available to me. I don't want to have the temptation of having access to minis, because, you know, in a situation where I want to force a trade. I mean, my goal too is about 5 minis on silver or something like that. I mean, that's my goal too. I want to prevent myself from doing that. And it's like, oh, no, we can't do that. All right. Ugh. I mean, shit. Hey, we did it. That day that I was up like 5, 6K, I was in 5 minis. I did it like 3 times in a row. It's just that it kept coming. Like, dude, I was just so tilted. I was looking for 10K in the position. I was like, dude, I should be up 10K right now. I'm not taking profits until I get 10K, damn it. And then it came back and hit my stop every time. Now, I didn't have a big stop. I had like a 3 or 4 tick stop each time though, but yeah, I was in 5 minis. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. But I feel like it's I feel like it's not necessarily a you're probably going to get like a few people asking that question. I feel like that should be something that should be because on their side, all they do is pull up your account, and the same way that like, let me see if I can kind of see it on Tradeify. Let me see. Let me do this real quick. Well, I don't. It was on Rhythmic. Hold on. Let me see if I can show it to you on Tradeify. How easy it is for them to be able to do it, or not Tradeify, Tradeovate. I think I'm blocked. I think I blocked myself out of Tradeovate. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I don't even use this damn thing. Well, if you go into your privacy settings on Tradeovate, you'll see risk settings by the firm. And you can see that the firm has all this stuff already hard coded into the platform. You can't change it. They can. So I mean, how easy? I mean, I don't think it would be difficult. The same way that you can go in and update your settings, all you have to do is pull up your account and update it on your side, on their side, because they're the administrator, they're the admin. They have control over the risk settings that they have. All you have to do is change it if you request it. And like I said, I don't think a lot of people would request that. I don't think that would be something that a lot of people, you'll probably get like maybe 25 to 30% of your customer base doing that. Yeah, actually, you know what? You're right. I meant to do that earlier. So that Apex account, I blew that damn thing. I didn't like, dude. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. So that is actually I'm going to cancel it, and that's going to be my last time, my last Apex account. Dude, I think what happened, and it could be a platform issue. I don't know what happened. So I'm not going to sit here and say it was Apex fault or my fault or whatever. But, there has been situations that, it fills my orders, but it doesn't have a stop or a target sometimes. And I think that's what happened in this situation, because I had a stop, or my stop should have been on the screen. I'd come back. Apparently my stop didn't trigger or something happened. I don't know. And dude, I came back. Instead of it stopping me out with a small $900 loss, the whole account was blown. And I was like, dude, okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So I'm not trading with Apex anymore. And there's nothing wrong with Apex. I don't think it's nothing wrong with it. It's just that stupid trailing drawdown. Dude, I was up 12 to 15K in that damn account, or 12, 14K in that account. And all that, dude, I blew the account with 7K, and like, dude, no, I can't do that. So that's my last Apex account. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not gonna do it no more. So, dude, how the fuck did like how? So like I said, I'm not placing any blame. It's just that for whatever reason, my stop and target didn't trigger when it usually does. And of course it happened when I was away from the desk. I come back to my desk and the shit is blown because there was no stop and it just drops. And I was looking for a long position and it drops and it blows the entire account. Or maybe it ran through my stop. Maybe my stop didn't trigger. Regardless of whatever the situation was, I blew the account with a positive balance. So I'm not doing that shit no. End of day drawdown is only for me, man. Yeah, that's definitely true. What could? That's why I was like, you know what? I might as well. I want. It's mostly going to be Apex, or not Apex, Top Step. I'm definitely just going to stick with Top Step for right now, because these X platforms actually has been the reason why I've been doing so good. It's kind of like it's been helping me follow my rules, whether I want to or not. And only thing I have to do every day is come in and lock it. Now, I have been low-key not doing that. But moving forward, that will be something. Before I take the trade, I have to lock out my risk settings. I have to, before I even take a trade. And I'm gonna hold myself accountable on stream. Before we take the trade, before we place the order, we're gonna ensure that the risk settings are locked. And so now it puts me in a mindset to where, okay, I only have this amount of money to play with. I have to take the best trade possible. And once I put on the trade, it's either it hits my target or it hits my stop. And then it just makes trading or managing emotions easier, because the system is doing that for me. It's doing most of the work. I can't adjust my stop. I can't move my stop. Even if I move my stop, it's going to either I lose more money than I intended, because you already know that the market is going to slip. Project X is going to slip. So I lose more money and it still locks out. Or I respect my stop, lose the amount of money that I tend to lose, and just come back the next trading session and just keep doing that. Yeah, me too, Investor Z. Me too. I would have been, I mean, if this wasn't any other account, I would have blown this damn thing. I had 3 losing trades in this account. Like, I'm just going, like, I don't know what it is, man. I really don't, man. I really don't. I really don't know what it is about this account. But I just can't seem to get past it, man. Like, dude, Alfred been past it. Like, me and Alfred, I think Alfred started this account after I did. He already got the goal, got the payout. Dude, I'm still on, like, dude, now I'm back to 70 or something dollars in this thing. Yeah, like, I'm back down. I've been taking like 4 losing days in a row, man. So I get 4 winning days, and then I basically give all that back. I don't know what it is with this account, man. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't. But with that static drawdown, I've had this account for like 3 months, man. 3 months. You said, yeah, I haven't reset mine either. Yep. Yeah. 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 No. Yeah, Alfred reset his shit. Then he's so yeah. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. But I've already decided that when I guess when they switch over, I guess I'll use what is it called? What is it called? Damn, what the hell is it called? Quantower. There you go. Quantower. Use Quantower. Yeah. I can, but I don't know. Every time I get into a NinjaTrader account, it's either if it dies, it dies. Like, dude, I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, if it's like that's what it is with these NinjaTrader accounts. If it dies, it dies. That's why I'm probably gonna stop getting them. I'll just have NinjaTrader. I'll chart on NinjaTrader as always, but every time I trade on NinjaTrader, it just yeah, that shit is dead. It just stopped like literally like a couple of points before. $84, $875. $84,325. And I just can't believe this. What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? It's about I'm pretty sure, Santiago. It's pretty obvious what Trump's administration is doing. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious what it's trying to reclaim its dominance. It's one of those things where I guess over time, quote unquote, the United States has gotten soft like everything else. When you have everything in an abundance and when you're very comfortable and your belly is full, you don't go out and hunt no more. When you have a harem, you don't go out and look for bitches no more. When you have quote unquote military might, you don't train anymore. It's just one of the flaws of being human. You get to a certain level, you don't move forward anymore. You just sit comfortably in a chair. That's what the United States has done. But we have now superpowers like China, Russia, mostly China. They've come from nothing to something into now rivaling the United States to be the global superpower. The most painful word, or one of the painful words in the English dictionary is being a has-been. It used to be you, but now it's me. And you're seeing, if you really pay attention to what's going on, they strategically took Venezuela, and on top of taking Venezuela, they're trying to enforce its will by saying that you have to cut all ties with our adversaries, and you can only sell exclusively to us. Now, I saw this article, and it was speaking in a sense as if it doesn't know the colonial nature that is the empire that is the United States. We have colonies for a reason. And it was speaking as if Venezuela is immune to that. Now, obviously, though, the people of Venezuela is unfair to them, but when it comes to the laws of nature, might is right. I saw another talking about how the Venezuela armies and the military is not going to allow the U.S. to come in and take over. And I laughed at that because of why would you believe that the Venezuelan army would be able to stop the U.S. forces when they were unable to prevent their leader from being extracted from the country, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of like that stuff like with Ukraine when they was talking about like the White Ghost and how the White Ghost was killing Russian soldiers. And it feels like a feel good story, but it's not the truth. The United States has already claimed sovereignty over Venezuela. The game that's being played right now is we can sit here and we can pretend that you still have power. You can still have your titles. You can still have your status in the community. But the reality is that we own this shit. And they're going for Iran next, and they've openly said that they're going for Cuba. It's the United States is not playing no more, or at least Trump is not. He's not playing. Yeah, he doesn't like the idea that China is, or at least the world is now doing business more with China than the United States. And that does threaten everybody that lives in the United States, the life that you live, because remember, we got to think about this. We may not like it, and it's unfair to other people, but if you live in the United States and you like your lifestyle, uh, unfortunately, this is what it's built on: the blood of other people. Unfortunately, um, and if we lose certain, I mean, the reason why the United States can print money is because of that petrodollar. And the first time in a very long time, the world is no longer doing buying oil using the petrodollar. It's now using the yuan, which threatens the American way. And if you understand that and you see what's going on, you understand that Trump is not playing. He's not playing. He is not playing. That's why he wants to get Powell out of there. So I mean, he's one of the reasons why he wants to get Powell out of there too, because Powell's not playing ball. He's talking about some economic conditions and shit like that when Trump is trying to rebuild, quote unquote, America and quote unquote make it great again. And with these high interest rates, it makes it harder. They have to pay more on their debt if the interest rates are high. If they lessen the interest rates, well, that's a lot. That's more money that we can put somewhere else. But yeah, I think that's definitely true. Hold on, Alfred, you said that you can't use I mean, yeah, I do have NinjaTrader accounts with them, yeah, but hold on, you can't use NinjaTrader with the futures trading desk? I mean, I guess if that's the case, then I'll just use Quantower. I mean, if I can't use Ninja, then I'm gonna just use Quantower, the futures trading desk then. But yeah, Trump is not playing. And then, you know, there's these videos of I mean, this is going into conspiracy. But before Trump was even president, I mean, he was in the Illuminati card game, which I thought was just very interesting. How can somebody that at the time wasn't even in politics or wasn't a political power was in a card game called the Illuminati card game? I just find stuff like that very interesting, and which kind of makes me think like, you know, this is all planned, this is a game, and all that other stuff. At least that's what I think. And then there's this other conspiracy going around saying that Trump is going to be the last president. But remember, they also said that about Obama. They also said Obama was going to be the last president. So, all these conspiracies, I guess the misinformation to get people talking and distracted. I guess I try to just pay attention to what can be proven, what I know to be true. So there won't be any speculation. And I know that what they're doing over there in Venezuela, regardless of what they say it is it's the United States literally trying to hold on to its dominance. Because if the world shift to China and the yuan, the world will definitely be a different place. I mean, I guess the countries that's already joined China, I mean, it's already different from them because China has already gone into Africa. China has a lot of influence with the majority of the globe already. Because a lot of these countries like how China does business. We already had a conversation about this. You can actually what is it called? I think it's called the American Hitman or Economic Hitman or something like that. If you listen to that book, they talk a little bit about that, about the different tactics that the United States has used. Obviously, the United States has used destabilization, basically the CIA, to go in and destabilize an economy, change leadership, switch them out with a puppet regime that's obviously a puppet for the United States, so the United States can go into the economy and extract whatever resources that it needs. And if they can't get what they want, they just put sanctions, and they destroy your economy through sanctions. So, I mean, the United States has a very long history of doing what it's always done. But China is very different. It's the same, but it's different. China will give you a loan that it knows that you won't pay. And it says, oh, you don't have to pay me back in money, but you can pay me back in your resources. But here's what I won't do that the United States has done. I'm not going to come in and try to change your regime or do regime change. I don't care how you treat your citizens. I mean, we don't care. As long as we're both whole, we can do business, we're good. And that's why a lot of people or a lot of countries are going to China and trying to move away and de-dollarize. And the United States just can't have that. We can't have that because we would turn it. We've been living on the petrodollar for so long. There's no way that we can go back to how it used to be. There is no way. And I don't think the United States will allow that to happen without a fight. And if they have to be a cartel, mafia, whatever people try to call them nowadays, I'm pretty sure they've already shown that they don't care. They've already shown that they will find a reason to get what they need to get done. Because what they did in Venezuela was way worse than what they condemned Russia from doing in Ukraine. Just think of the hypocrisy in that. They don't care. They don't care. I mean, Putin did not go in Ukraine and snatch up, what's his name? Whatever, Zelensky. He did not snatch his ass up. If he did, the war would have been over instantly, but he didn't do that. But we was condemning Russia like it was every day. Yeah, Russia's this and Russia's that. And here we are. We're going to Venezuela and literally extract its leader and take over its oil supply and claim it to be ours, or claim it to the United States. So okay. Well, we're getting close to almost being out of time for this session. I will just say this, man. Silver has definitely, she's definitely been testing my patience. My patience have definitely been tested, for sure. Definitely been tested. And I didn't like how I responded. So I'm definitely going to have to, I'm definitely going to work on that. And I definitely have to, one of the things I have to start doing is being consistent. All right, let's look at gold before we go. Yeah. Yeah, gold gave you only a couple opportunities. So like at 8:30, I mean, I guess if you didn't get in around this low, I was in at 96.3. Only took a little bit of drawdown, and obviously I left a lot of money on the table. But the only thing I care about is getting my target hit. That's the only thing. My target got hit like in this area right here. Let me see if this is Let me see. Because there goes the 50 right there. There was that range. There was that break. It came to the 50 and then it's dumping. This is on gold. You'll get a couple of trades like this. There goes that 50. And this is basically what I do on silver. I just look for a range and just trade the 50% of the range. But when I try to trade, but that means I have to wait for a range for me to take this trade. So when the market starts to trend like this, it's hard to get into something. And that's what I need to fix. That's what I have to discover for silver. So hey, what's up, gain weight? I should be about to leave, man. Were you able to make money in this session? But once I well, I'm doing it now. I have, honestly, I may just only keep it with Top Step. I don't necessarily need to have a Lucid account. Or I guess I do, never mind. Because I need a connection. Or I guess I could just turn on my personal connection. I guess I could just do that. All right, we'll see. So I guess right now the only firms I have is the Futures Trading Desk, Top Step, and Lucid. For right now, I'll stick with those three, but focus mostly on Top Step and Lucid. Because I have a long way to go with the Futures Desk. I gotta make 12,000 in that damn account. So I at least gotta trade 12 days. At least 12 days. Are you just now trading? So your girl was too active this morning? Or at least that's what I'm assuming you're saying. So you're waiting for 84,870, 84,870, 84,870. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that'll work, Santiago. If it pulls back to 80, yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work. But all right, guys, I'm out of time for this session. I do appreciate everybody that joined me tonight, or today. We definitely had a great conversation. I feel like a lot was said during this stream. So I think that's a lot of useful information. A lot of stuff was said during the stream. So I think I like this one. But we'll definitely come back later on tonight. And yeah, I figured that's what you meant, gain weight. I figured because my daughter be doing the same shit. I have to get her set up before I even start the stream. And then my daughters like to try to tag team me at night. It's like, nah, you're not going to terrorize me during my time. So, but we'll definitely come back later on tonight. And we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. With that said, peace out, everybody.